Hey everybody, Backpack Hack here, coming at you with another trail tip for a situation like this where you need to tie one piece of gear to another piece of gear. And they weren't really designed to do that. However, if I wanted to take this sleeping bag and attach it to this backpack, a lot of people will say, well, just take some paracord. I mean, you always carry paracord with you, don't you? Yeah, I do. But that may not be the best solution. Sometimes an actual strap made for the purpose is going to be best. And that's exactly what I have here, is I made two of these cords, or these straps, specifically for this purpose. Now, the reason you want to make your own is because there's a limited number of options available on the retail market, both in the stores and online. There's limits to the width, there's limits to the length, and there's limits to the colors. And if you can make your own, you can use different colors for different lengths. You can use different colors for different purposes. You can use those colors to designate whatever you want. You can get it in the width that you need and as well as the length that you need. For instance, if you need a 4.5 foot strap and they only come in 6, well, you're paying for a 1.5 foot you don't need. When you buy the material yourself, you can make it the exact same color and length and width that you want and or need. So that's what this video is going to be about, is how to make these DIY custom cinch straps. When you buy your strapping or your webbing, make sure that you get plenty. Now, some places sell it by the foot. Places like Joann's and Hancock Fabrics, they sell it by the yard. You might be able to buy it online by the foot. It just depends on where you buy it, what colors they have, what width they have, and what length they sell it in. But whatever you get, you can get this anywhere from 1/2 up to 2 inches, pretty much very commonly. Other sizes you may be able to find from a specialty order item. But whatever size you get, make sure that you get one of these, and this is called a strap adjuster. Sometimes they're called a buckle or a tensioner, but just make sure that you get the same size of hardware as you have for a strap. And this is 1-inch strapping, so I have a 1-inch adjuster, or buckle as I would call it. You'll also need a lighter and of course your sewing machine. So the first thing you want to do is, when you cut your strapping or your material, add 4 or 5 inches, because you're going to take up a few of that attaching to here, and then you want some slack coming out of it. So if you want this to be exactly 3 foot, you're probably going to have to start out with 3'4", 3'5", somewhere in there. So you're going to have a little extra material. So after you cut your material, you're going to take your lighter or your candle or your match or whatever, and you're just going to melt the end of it and let it cool, and that way it will treat it and keep it from coming unraveled. And here I am unraveling it. I'm going to cut that off, and I'm going to do the same thing here. Once our webbing is cooled down, it's time to attach these, and you'll notice that there are basically like 4 cross members in here. You will be attaching it there. You can see there's a little catch here for a finger pull or something like this to loosen the strap. So you want to go to the other end and go to the second connection. It's a very, very common mistake to put this through like this on the very first one. You want to go through and put it through on the second one. And we'll get to why that's important later on. But when you put this together, you're going to want to give yourself plenty of overlap, because this is where it's going to take up the tension. It's going to be pulling on this connection that you're going to sew. So you want a couple inches here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply fold this over. I'm going to put a pin in it just to help hold it so I can get it going into the machine. And now I am ready to sew this up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and make a box pattern around this, and then I'm going to cross it, come back to the other side, cross it again, and double up. So I'm going to basically make a box, go diagonal, set of railroad tracks, diagonal, set of railroad tracks. So let me reposition the camera, and we'll put this into the sewing machine and we will get started. Now I hope you're going to be able to see this because filming inside of a sewing machine isn't the easiest to do, so hopefully I've got the right angle. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply put my presser foot right up against that buckle, and about 1/3 of the way up this side of the strap, I'm going to set the presser foot down and I'm going to do my lock stitch. With that done, I'm just going to go across. Once I get to the edge, raise it up. Go down the side. Since I don't need my pin anymore, I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. Now that I'm at the end of the overlap, I'm going to pick the presser foot up. I'm going to cross back over. And now I'm going to complete my box, which is half of the sewing. With that done, I'm going to go cross country. In other words, I'm going to go do my diagonal now. Spin it back around, go back to the same or parallel the end of the stitching. Now I'm going to go cross my X. And now I'm going to parallel my original, the very first one I did. Once I reach the edge, I'll do my lock stitch. And go ahead and pull that out. My buckle, let me get all the loose threads here cut. It doesn't look professional like it came from the store, but it will be very, very functional. And you have a nice sturdy strap. And with that, I'm ready to hit the trail. So you might want to consider making some of these just in a variety of sizes and lengths, colors, whatever you want to do. So this is Backpack Hat coming at you with this trail tip. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share on my videos. Be safe out there, and I'll see you out on the trail.